Awesome. Okay, this is the Galileo room where all the crews come through that lovely door in order to start. And this is where the flight directors pick up their crews. So we are going to start by going through into the Atlantis. Here we have the Atlantis transporter. So we're gonna just go in. Okay, here we have the bridge of the Atlantis, and if you watch other videos about loading, all ships and crews load through here in order to get to their ship. That door there leads back out into the Galileo room, in case you were wondering. We'll come this way. Now this downstairs area is a bit of a maze. Here we have the door that leads to the outside, lovely. And while we're outside, let's actually look at this. Out here we have, this is called the Grove, and you can actually do away missions and things out here. Let's see, here is the Grove, and right over there, that is the shed. So if you ever need to know, and then if you're taking trash out, the dumpster is all the way down there. You can't really see it from here. Oh, maybe you can. There is the dumpster. So that's where trash goes. We're gonna go back inside. Okay, we're back inside. Down here we have the boiler room, which is locked, so I can't get down there. But take my word for it, there is the boiler room. This here, we call it the wall door, because if there are ever crews here, this door is closed. Right now there aren't any crews, so we don't have to worry about it. But just so you know, we call that the wall door. We're gonna come up here. Up here on the left, this first room is the Atlantis control room, which has the controls for the Atlantis. It has the networking tower, and it has all of the costumes for all of the ships. So if you ever have volunteers who need to get dressed in character, this is where they come for costumes. Over here is the sound system to play music in the hallways around the ships. So when crews are loading, we often play music so that it's cooler when they load, and that's all right here. So if we continue on our little tour, we come here up the stairs. It's going to be dark because we don't have any lights on. But over here on the right at the top of the stairs is the Endeavour control room. Lovely. And if we continue on, here, let me turn the ship lights on. Continue down this hallway. On the left here is the door that leads, or the turbo lift that leads to the Challenger. We're gonna hold on for a second. Come in here on the right. Here is the Endeavour. Now this door is an emergency exit, so we don't actually use it when the crews are here. But in order to conveniently get into the Endeavour, we have that there. And here is the Endeavour transporter. So we're gonna come back around. We'll come back to the Challenger in just a second, but we'll continue down this hallway. Here I know it is extremely dark, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. On the right, we have the Endeavour transporter, and here on the left, we have the Columbia transporter. So we're gonna go through the Columbia transporter. Here we have sick bay of the Columbia, and here we have the bridge of the Columbia. And once again, we have another fire door that is normally not open. But for now, we're just going to continue through it. Continue in the hallway. If we turn right here, the first thing we come to is the Challenger control room, which, here we go. Here's the Challenger control room. And then if we step back out into the hallway and continue down, we come to the Columbia control room right next to it. Okay, next we're going to go to the Challenger. Before we do that, I'm going to come back in here and turn the lights on. Now, if you remember right, we already saw the transporter for the Challenger down the hallway. This is the other door. Here we have an emergency exit that, once again, just takes us outside. But we're going to continue on in here to the Challenger. So here is the Challenger. We're going to go through Challenger transporter. You see we're back. Here's the Endeavor and back to this hallway. So there we have all of the ships. Now I'm going to take you around the rest of Stonegate so you can have an idea of where things are. So we come back down here. Once again, we have the Galileo room. We come left. Here we have the bathrooms that the crews use. We have the women's restroom, the men's restroom. And here we have the kitchen, which the crews never come in, but just so you know, that's where the kitchen is. We continue this way. Once again, we're by the Galileo room and we see a very blurry mat. Oh, there he is. Continue on, here is just the main lobby of Stonegate. All right, you can see here we have this reception room, and just so you know, the door to the kitchen is behind those curtains. So if you ever need a shortcut, you can go through there. But you can do away missions in here, except for a lot of times it's set up for receptions, so you don't want to mess anything up ever. But if we continue on, here we have our other lobby area. Right here, this is the door to the preschool. We are not allowed to ever go into the preschool, so just pretend like that door is a wall and don't go in. Here we have our other reception room. Here, this room is actually really useful to do away missions in because usually it's empty like this and you could set up like chairs and things. We have right now the planetarium star dome set up, so that's what that looks like. You'll notice there's also a stage. We can either go through the curtains for the stage or we can go around the back way. I will show you the back way just in case you ever want to go this way. I know it's sometimes creepy here at Stonegate at night. Once again, we have this door leaning outside, and remember the grove is outside. I'm gonna come up the stairs here. We're going to the stage. It's super dark, I know. Up here is the stage, and here's another area where you can do away missions if you want to. So we're gonna continue across the stage and down the stairs. We have another kitchen. This is an area you're probably not going to come in very often. But you'll notice we're back in here with the Star Lab. We continue out these doors, another door outside. But here we have the dance studio. The dance studio is another very convenient location to do away missions because it is just a large empty room. You can use mirrors and mats to make barricades and things. So we're gonna come back out this door. And now we can continue down this hallway. Once we reach this hallway, let me see if I can find, here we go, some lights. We have another set of bathrooms. We don't use these for the crews to use the restroom, but at night during overnighters and camps, the girls usually sleep in the dance studio down there, and so they can use this restroom. If we continue down this hallway, here we have the men's restroom. Next to the restrooms, we have the bridal ready rooms. Don't use these for away missions or anything. There's no need to use them, so just steer clear of them. But you'll notice if we continue, we are back now. Once again, preschool, the door that is actually a wall. We have this reception room as well as this one. So there is your little tour of Stonegate so that you can have an idea of where things are. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask a staff member, your set director, flight director, and someone will probably know where you're supposed to be headed.